And welcome back to Monroe Monday on this Monday, January the 10th. Just got through talking with Jimmy Carter. He's one of the candidates for House of Representative, 21st District, that's held by Bart Rowland right now. Of course, Bart was on last week and is not going to be running again. So we have our second candidate, Terry David Dubree. How are you today, Terry?
I'm good, Randy. Nervous about talking on the radio.
Don't be nervous. Don't be nervous. So, like I told Jimmy, and I'll tell you, tell everybody who you are because they don't know you. Just like you're talking to somebody for the first time, you know, and they want to know everything about you.
Yep. Oh, well, I'm Terry David Dubree. I grew up here. My grandparents are David and Catherine Dubree. David, he's passed away. Catherine, most people know her. She's around town all the time. She's busy as a bee. My mother's side, it was Denton Bryant and Runell Bryant. Both of them are passed. I'm married to Casey. She was a Turner. She's Doug Turner's daughter.
And Regina's.
And Regina.
Yeah. can't leave Regina.
Can't leave
How's
out
she the
Regina.
mama?
I'll hear about it. Yeah.
And you have two kids.
I do. Avid David Dubree, named after my grandpa, and Tegan Catherine Edith Dubree, which is named after my grandma and Casey's grandma.
And so you have some brothers and sisters.
I have a bunch. They're all my half siblings. My parents divorced when I was about 2 years old, maybe a year and a half. And here with my mother and Mike Patterson, who has helped raise me since I was about 2.5 years old. They got together. I have Jordan Patterson, Ashley Patterson, and Tommy Ray Patterson. Tommy Ray's quite a bit younger. And then in Barron County, my dad had Cody and Sierra Dubree, they're twins, and his wife, she passed. He's remarried now, and I have a stepsister, Caitlin Martin, from Metcalfe County.
Now your mother was Arlene, right?
Arlene, yes, that's my mother. She's been a good one.
So, all right, and so give us some basically from high school up to now.
Oh gosh, I mean that's been so long. After I got out of high school, I first went to Lindsey Wilson because, I mean, that's just what everybody tells you to do. You know, you got to go to college after you get out of high school. And after being there for a little while, I still didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. And I went to work. After doing that for a little while, I had a good job working at Dana in Glasgow. I decided I wanted to serve my country. So I joined. I went to basic. I had my appendix ruptured, and they done emergency surgery on me there. Nanny Catherine and Mom had to come down to see me, and after that I come back for a con leave for 30 days. Con leave, you know, is convalescent leave. You come back, you rest up. You can't do anything for the military at this point anyways.
Right.
I go back, I finish up my basic, go to airborne school. Airborne school is only 3 weeks. I'm in the second week of airborne school, and I pass out in the floor. I wake up in the hospital, and when they had done the emergency surgery for my appendix, they had left part of it in there. And it had encapsulated itself. But during airborne school, while I was jumping and hitting the ground, it busted. So my whole abdominal cavity had filled with infection. I almost died from septic shock. And Nanny Catherine and Mama come down and got me again. I ended up being stationed at Fort Bragg, North Carolina. We deployed pretty soon because whenever I first signed up, I signed a rapid deployment contract. And so I had just healed up whenever we deployed to Iraq. We spent a year over there. I returned, finished up my contract in the military. I got out, went to Western Kentucky, got my degree in agriculture. I wish in this process that somebody else could just come and talk for you, you know, because I feel like it's going to be hard for me to get used to just bragging on yourself, you know.
Yeah.
But something I'm proud of, while I was at Western, I got a job offer, and to do this job, it was coming up, and to take it, I still had 2 semesters left at Western, and I told the people, I was like, I still have this much time left. Yes, and they was like, well, the job's here, and
was it in agriculture?
It's in construction.
Oh, okay.
And but the pay was amazing, and it was going to be real hard for me to pass up at this point. Me and Casey had been married. We've been married since 2010, and I went and talked to Dr. Rudolph, which was head of the ag department, and I had to get a waiver done, signed by him, by the president and the dean down there. I took 27 hours my last semester so I could graduate. I graduated, and I went on to do construction. Casey was a teacher, She taught for 8 years. She had tenure. When we had our first child, I was doing construction and traveling, and I was like, you're either going to have to come with me, and because I can't miss my kids, I feel like that's just deep in me. I have to be there, raise my children. And so she had quit teaching at this time, become stay-at-home mom, and we traveled doing construction. Children got a little bit bigger, and we stopped traveling, just stayed home. And right now she raises TK at home. Ava goes to Joe Harrison, and I farm, and I manage a warehouse in Glasgow for Gumtree Beds.
Okay. So you've had quite an experience through your lifetime, then, haven't you?
I mean, that's just a fraction of it, So,
yeah. Yeah, well, a good thing that you healed from all your severities you had during the military.
Yeah, I hurt my back when I was in Iraq doing just silly stuff. I was in airborne infantry, but while we were there, we were working, building structures that we were going to leave anyways. And we were packing some metal for a building. There was a guy in the front, I was in the middle, and a guy in the back. The guy in the back dropped his end, and instead of being like, hey guys, I can't pack this, he just drops it. And so that weight hit my back. My back's hurt. It's hurt me ever since, but there's just nothing to do for it. They've been giving, I started trying injections in Glasgow, but it's not helping either.
So you said you farm now?
Yes, I farm. I have some registered Gelby. I was raised up on a farm, Mike, he's always had hogs. They've had goats, corn, tobacco. When I was in high school, I helped at Bell Marketing in the warehouse. So just about everything agriculture I've had a part of in my lifetime.
Okay. So now let's turn to the representative part. What made you decide to file for representative? You're a farmer, you've got kids, a wife.
My children are the biggest part of my life. I feel like that is the greatest responsibility any of us have in this lifetime, is to raise up our children, to come to know God, to do their best in this life. And I can't sit back any longer and just trust the politicians that always tell us they're going to do this or that, and then when they get in there, they might and they might not. So I would rather be in there because I trust myself more than I trust anybody else.
Right.
I coach my kids' Little League basketball. He's kindergarten basketball this time. I coach the T-ball team, and the kids, I love the kids, And Betty White, where she just passed, there's been all kinds of things with her. And there was an interview of her, and and they was asking her about kids because she never had them. And she's like, I love children. The only bad thing about children is they grow up. So, but for the kids, I'd like to improve our community. When I was little, spending so much time over there with Nenny and Paul worked at Belden, and Belden's gone. There's no more factory jobs here. We have Clary's, that's great for people. We have Froges. We have Stevens's over there. But, like, take my Uncle Tommy, for example. Since working at Belden and it closing, he's had to commute to a job either in Barron County or Hart County. And we're going to have to find a way to get some jobs in here for our children in the future, or they're just going to keep leaving.
Yeah, I know our last census showed, I think it said 11,500 in Monroe County.
Yes.
Of course, that's a drop.
Yep.
I said a lot of people didn't fill out their census, but still, there might be some more in Monroe County than just that 11,500. But, of course, you'll have Monroe, Cumberland, Birchville, or Cumberland is Birchville, Midcath, and Adair.
Yes.
And of course, you'll have a lot of houses, a lot of doors to knock on.
I mean, there's no other. I don't see any possible way to get to everybody. I mean, I'll try and see as many people as I can, but I mean, that's a big coverage area, and I'm going to try and get out and ask as many people as I can to vote. I feel like the job situation in each of those counties is different. Adair County and Metcalfe County, they've got the parkway going through there, and with businesses, they're going to be as efficient as they can. So with logistics, trucking, shipping, that's great for them. Monroe County, we have a great road going out to the crossroads, but then 90, it's okay, but it's not the parkway.
Right. And we're 30 minutes from any good road.
Yes.
Basic road for trucks or anything. Of course, I know we have a lot of trucks come through here since we got the bypass and use that as a cut through, basically. But we do need more jobs in Monroe County and all these other counties that, if you win, you'll be serving.
Yes. Be representing 4 counties, not just Monroe.
And so your children, of course, you said one was 3 and the other is in Joe Harrison right now, right?
Yes, Tegan Catherine, she's 3. Avid, he's 6. This was his first year at school. He's in kindergarten. He's in Miss Michaela Burnett's class. Our schools here, I mean, everywhere, we have excellent schools. Nationally recognized, I think they all strive to do a great job. Like my teacher, my wife was a teacher. We can always do better. We always have to find funding every year, Everything is going to go up. The cost of living every year, it's going to rise. So there's always going to be a struggle there.
Yeah. And of course, if you do get into the office, there's a lot of different, what are you looking into? Maybe like agriculture or just any committee you can get on?
Well, from what I hear, getting on the ag committee is difficult. Everybody wants on there. But yeah, that's what I grew up in, agriculture. That's what my degree is in. Any committee that I can be a part of that can improve our communities, I'm going to do my best. And I'm not going to be an expert in anything. I think whenever we start to believe that we know everything, then we're in trouble. So if I get elected, you can count on me coming around and asking those in positions like on the education board or the small businesses around here of what we can do to improve our situations.
Yeah, exactly. And of course it's important for the representative to go to different meetings in the counties and the cities, and show them that you care. That's part of it. You got to go to the different, like you said, the Board of Education meetings or small business meetings or any kind of committees or whatever, and let them know that you're trying to help the area. We're going to take another little quick break, and we'll be right back with more with Terry David Dubree. Welcome back to Monroe Monday. We have about 10 minutes left. It's January the 10th. We're talking with Terry David Dubree, and he is a candidate for the 21st District House of Representative. That's held by Bart Rowland right now. And he's not going to seek re-election. So have him and Jimmy Carter running right now. Of course, we have to the 25th, I believe it is, of January to file for all offices actually across the state, whether it's county, city, or state. That was just changed. It was supposed to be the 7th, but the legislature convened on Tuesday in Frankfurt, and they changed that until the 25th. So, so far, it's the only two that's running right now. Both those are from Monroe County. Of course, you said you had your schooling in agriculture, and you're a farmer. Your sister Jordan, she has a butcher shop.
Yeah, she just opened that butcher shop. She stays ridiculously busy down there right now. She's down there just about all hours of the day right now, and that's something we was talking about off air. Is here in the U.S. You can't sell deer meat; it has to be shipped in from Canada, and it seems like every aspect of our life we have things that the government set up that we can't do. When here, my beliefs, we need to let the people do as much as they can to make a living. 'Cause times are hard, and they always have been. They always are going to be. In rural communities, the easier we make it on a farmer, the better our economy is going to end up being.
Well, I mean, that's just like, speaking of cattle, you know, I've read that where import and export, you know, we export U.S. meat out of the United States, and then we import what we feed our people.
Yes.
You know, we don't even eat our own food because of the politics in it.
Yes. I mean, it'd take a quick Google search. I don't know if it's still the same. While I was at Western, the only thing that we don't produce enough of here to provide for the demand is bacon. Everything else, we provide enough to meet the demand, and we still bring stuff in. And I understand, like, a lot of it is cheaper cuts. We bring in fat for our grinds, for hamburger and sausage and stuff like that, and just we send a lot of our prime or choice cuts to other places because they bring so much better.
Yeah. So that's something, you know, you could maybe help in the Kentucky legislature, you know.
Absolutely, we put so many rules on everybody. It's hard to keep up, you know. Jordan opening the butcher shop down there. There's so much paperwork. There's just we've made everything just about too hard for people. Half the people don't know half of the laws or regulations that we have in place on any given topic.
Yeah, and that's something, you know, if you are elected, you know, let the people know what's going on in the legislation. You know, tell them, you know, be transparent is the word we use now, politics. Be transparent in everything. Tell them what's going on, what you voted for, what you voted against, why you did this, why you did that.
Oh, absolutely, I agree. And if I was elected, I mean, with any legislation that would be coming up, I mean, I would want to hear from the people before I ever vote on it. Because as a representative, I'm just there to represent the people.
Exactly.
So my own views shouldn't even really matter. But
And like you said, you was told one time that you was just too honest.
I have been told that, and
But that's a good trait, you know.
to some people it is, and some people don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it hits at home, and they don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
But
just be honest to your constituents, you know, and you know, like you said, you're going to represent the people if you're elected. So, you know, go out and see what people.
that would be my job, and I would hope that if I was elected, that I would do that to the best of my ability. And I would hope, at some point, that I did become a politician who was in there for myself, and not representing the people. I would hope they'd vote me out of office if I'm no longer there doing the job that I was sent to do.
All right. Any closing remarks, Terry David, that you would like to say before I let you go?
I'm gonna do my best to get around and see everybody. I'd like to talk to everybody personally. You can ask me questions. just about all my beliefs are conservative. I'm pro-life. I'm super Second Amendment. Second Amendment's there in case First Amendment fails. If I don't get around to you, I'd appreciate your vote. You can go and look at my Facebook page, and I'm going to try and put a little more content on there so people can get to know me a little better as well. But I'll do my best to get around and see everybody, and if you have any questions, ask me. I don't care what it is, I'll do my best to answer truthfully.
All right, appreciate you coming in today. And like I said, both of these were candidates for the 21st District House Representative, Jimmy Carter, and this is Terry David Dubree. And we appreciate you coming in today, and good luck to you.
Thank you.
And that'll be in May, so get out and cast your ballots. And if you haven't registered to vote yet, please do so.
Absolutely.
And express your opinion on who you want in office. That's all the time we have for today. Appreciate you listening to Monroe Monday. Now this will be aired again this evening at 4:30. The reason being, we got a ball game tonight, and it starts at 6 o'clock. Normally Monroe Monday is re-aired at 6 o'clock, tape of it. But we're going to have it from 4:30 to 5:30, so just let people know if they want to listen in to listen between 4:30 and 5:30 after the news there at 4 o'clock. Hope everyone has a great day and enjoy.